everyone. It's great to see you, especially our sixth graders and their families. It's great to have you all back. Tonight, we have the joy of celebrating and honoring 209 students tonight. Of course, they're not all here, but we have 209 students to recognize for their KPREP scores from last spring. The state right now at this time has a new way of ranking schools across the state. There's three different categories. One is, the first level is called Other, and that's the highest level where all of our students are showing adequate growth. The next level is TSI, and that means we have areas of students in the school that did not make as much growth as needed. And then there's also CSI, and that would be given to a school that had numerous areas they did not show adequate growth. Rineyville fell in the TSI category. We still had some areas that we need to show growth, but we are making growth. So we're very proud of our students for all of their hard work. Thank you all for that. As soon as our scores came out in the fall, our staff looked at those results and just started making adjustments to instruction of things we needed to improve on. So first of all, I want to thank our staff for all of their hard work and dedication to keeping our academic focus here at Rineyville, but also for loving our children as a whole. When you show children that you love them and care about them as a person, they will move mountains for you. So please help me in thanking our staff for their hard work in keeping our school successful. Parents and grandparents, I also want to thank you for the support you give your children. Your children are successful because you have invested an interest in their lives. I encourage you to continue to push your child and encourage them to have good grades and a good work ethic. This school is successful, and other schools, they're going to be successful in school, and if they're successful in school, they're going to be successful in life. Boys and girls, please take a moment to thank your parents and grandparents for supporting you. And to all my boys and girls and former students, I also want to thank you for all of your hard work. All the awards you received tonight are a reflection of all of your hard work. And remember, with a good work ethic, you will be very successful in life. We are very, very proud of you. At this time, we will begin our awards ceremony. I want to make everyone aware that if there is someone not present tonight, they will still receive their award. So at this time, Miss Pretty, if you will come forward to read all the names, and we're going to begin with Mr. Newton's class.
So these are students from Mr. Newton or Miss Haddix's class. Proficient in reading, Mr. Jarmond Brown. And Miss Keegan Mather. This student scored proficient in math and distinguished in reading, Elena New. This student scored proficient math and science, Soraya Rose. Proficient. There she is. Miss Soraya Rose. Scoring proficient in reading and math, Xavier Bowman. Proficient reading, math, and science, Lewis Chafin. And these students scored proficient in reading, math, social studies, and writing, Joshua Clark, Emily Province, and Isaac Richmond. Now, these students are fourth graders now, but last year's third graders, scoring proficient in reading. Mr. Connor Abbott, Mr. Gabriel Allen, Miss Anne Marie Aries, Miss Haley Cross, Miss Ava Jones, Mr. Cabrion Overstreet, Miss Mia Paulk, Mr. Brandon Spicer, these are last year's third graders that scored proficient in math. Miss Addison Black, Mr. Aiden Burt, Miss Kaylin Curry, Miss Anna Davies, Miss Ava Harper, Mr. Gavin Morris, Miss Kylie Parker, Mr. Francisco Torres, and Miss Sarah West. These are students that scored proficient in both reading and math areas. Miss Destiny Ashley, Miss Madison Colasante, Miss Maylee Duval, Miss Zoe Fleming, Miss Tia Larimore, Miss Alexis New, Mr. Jackson Smith, and Miss Leah Wilson. This student scored distinguished in math, Mr. Jaden Marsh. These are last year's third graders that scored proficient reading and distinguished math, Miss Michaela Howell. Mr. Christian Mijares. Miss Paris Rayson. Mr. Landon Tung. And Miss Ashley Wright. These students scored proficient math and distinguished reading, Mr. Dadrian Barrios. Miss Mackenzie Dixon. Miss Savannah Gaddy. Miss Madison Graff. And Mr. Dylan Hernandez. These students scored distinguished in both reading and math areas, and for that accomplishment, they will also receive a gift card to Barnes & Noble. Mr. Braden Dasher.
Mom and Dad, he's not sure he wants this. He says, why does everybody keep giving me gift cards? I'll take it.
Mr. Adam Davenport. Miss Lillianne Harbor. Mr. Jesse Henderson. Miss Kendall Lambert. Mr. Evan Lett. And Mr. Samuel Simpson. This next student will receive a Barnes & Noble gift card along with a gift card to McDonald's for having the highest scores in third grade, and that would be Miss Mallory Grace Pretty. These are last year's fourth graders who scored proficient in reading, Mr. Christoph Alborough, Mr. Lane Body, Miss Nevaeh Clark, Miss Desiree Cleland, Miss Chloe Cockrill, Mr. Navon Coleman, Miss Callie Connor, Miss Ashley Duncan, Miss Braylee Edwards, Miss Julianne Hardman, Mr. Brady Jarvis, Miss Michaela Green, Miss Miranda Jones, Mr. Gabriel Mulgard, Miss Chloe Windling, Mr. Colt Thomas, and Mr. Michael Taylor. All right. These are last year's fourth graders that scored proficient in the area of math. Mr. Caleb Ginsterbloom, Miss Harmony Leeser, Mr. Lucas Miller, Mr. Davion Murray, Mr. Braden Stillwell Miller, and Miss Selena Torres. These students scored proficient in both reading and math. Mr. Gavin Butler, Mr. Callahan Carter, Miss Kate Disselkamp, Miss Emily Duncan, Mr. Cooper Gibson, Miss Kaylee Johnston, Miss Kylie Logston. Miss Amisi Maynard. Mr. Michael Moore. Mr. Patrick Truax. Mr. Ronan Vaughn. Mr. Bentley Wise. And Miss Skylar Wise. This student scored proficient in reading and science. Miss Riley Golightly. These students scored proficient in reading, math, and science areas. Mr. Davin Chambers. Miss Remy Cunningham. Miss Maddie Fogel. Miss Emma Haynes. Miss Miranda Howie. Miss Isabel Jakopich. Miss Shauna Powell. Mr. Landon Reisner. And Mr. Wesley Rockenfelder. This student scored distinguished in reading. Caden Keith. These students scored proficient reading and distinguished math. Harley Denny. Mr. Gavin Drake. Miss Abby Garrett. Mr. Nathaniel Maggard. And Mr. Ashton Russell. This student scored proficient science and distinguished reading, Mr. Tristan Cooper. Distinguished reading and math, Mr. Benjamin Simpson. Proficient reading and science, distinguished math, Mr. Grayson Clark. Mr. Cameron Grunch. And Miss Adeline Stearman. These are students who scored proficient science and math and distinguished reading, Mr. Everett Beckley. Miss Ivy Bones. Miss Isabel Hendricks. Miss Harmony Hull. Miss Mackenzie Hulsey. And Mr. Charles Miller. This group of students scored proficient science and distinguished reading and math, Miss Riley Christensen. Miss Araya Clark. Mr. Joshua Stover. Miss Svenja White. And Mr. Aaron Willis. These two students scored proficient math and distinguished reading and science, Miss Brianna Corpy. And Mr. Eli Thompson. This student scored distinguished in reading, math, and science and will receive a gift card to Barnes & Noble, Miss Abigail Carrier. This next student will receive a Barnes & Noble gift card along with a gift card to McDonald's for having the highest scores in 4th grade, Mr. Hayden Hobbs.
I know it's getting long. You guys need to. Okay, go ahead and be seated. Thank you. They needed that.
Yes, they did.
Sorry. I might have needed it.
Yes, okay. These are last year's 5th graders who scored proficient in reading. Miss Lily Darcy. Mr. Robert Madden. Carson May. Miss Gabriella Miller. Miss June Myers. And Mr. Michael Thomas. This student scored proficient in social studies. Miss Madison Brock. These are our students who scored proficient in the area of writing. Miss Aaliyah Avis. Mr. Jeremiah Durbin. Miss Ashlyn Flanagan. Mr. Trenton Gilpin. Mr. Isaac Harper. Miss Amaya Jacobs. Miss Ava LaSalle. Mr. Kingston Lewis. Mr. Jacob Luna. Miss Elena Sexton. Mr. Edmund Vincent. And Mr. Briley Whalen. These students scored proficient reading and social studies. Parker Cottrell. Caden Rutledge. These students scored proficient reading and writing. Miss Camilla Cantwell. Mr. Ethan Gaines. Mr. Grant Grady. Miss Peyton Heath. Peyton Heath.
That was Peyton Heath.
Yes.
Peyton Heath. I got him back.
Yeah, sorry. I will speak more clearly. Miss Peyton Heath. Miss Kayla Hedrick. Miss Ariel Johnson. And now Miss Peyton Keith. Miss Juliana Lopez. Miss Madison Miller. And Miss Anna Powell. This student scored proficient in math and writing, Mr. Edward Smith. These students scored proficient reading, math, and social studies last year, Miss Riley Browder. Mr. Christopher Field. Mr. Cameron Grant. And Miss Maya Reddick. The following students scored proficient in reading, social studies, and writing areas: Miss Haley Gibson, Mr. Braden Hackley, Mr. Colin Hamilton, Miss Kylan Parker, Miss Kimberlyn Phillips, Miss Zoe Maddox, and Mr. Riley Thomas. These are our students that scored proficient in reading, math, and writing: Mr. Terrius Jackson, Miss Emily Mao, Mr. Riley Dixon, these students scored proficient math, social studies, and writing: Mr. Tristan Adams, Miss Lillis Garrett, these students scored proficient in reading, math, social studies, and writing: Miss Haley Arnold, Mr. Nathan Atcher, Miss Adeline Bonnell, Mr. Billy Collins, Miss Haley Cowles, Mr. Cody McKinney, Miss Alina Strange, and Mr. Alexander Torres. This is a student who scored proficient social studies and distinguished math, Mr. Grayson Platt. Proficient in reading and distinguished in math, Miss McKenna Ulam. Scoring proficient in reading and distinguished in writing, so earning a $5 bill for distinguished in writing, Miss Summer Caswell. Earning proficient in social studies and writing and a distinguished reading score, Miss Kaylin Brakebill. Proficient in reading and writing and distinguished math, Carriel Holland. Miss Mina Larimore. Mr. Albert Skinner. Earning proficient in reading and social studies and distinguished math, Mr. Ezreal Molinai. Earning proficient math and social studies and distinguished reading, Mr. Duggan Myron. Proficient math, social studies and writing, and distinguished reading, Mr. Bryce Brown. And Miss Haley McKnight. Proficient reading, math, and writing, and distinguished in social studies, Miss Nevaeh Cano. And Mr. Malachi Lynch. Earning proficient reading, social studies, and writing, and a distinguished score in math, Mr. Elijah Gross. Miss Emma Hardesty. And Mr. Toby Varble. Earning proficient in reading, math, and social studies, and a distinguished writing score, so both of these students will earn a $5 bill. Miss Gabriella Legaspi. And Miss Ashley Lett. These are students who scored proficient social studies and writing and distinguished in reading and math, Mr. Tyler Blank. And Miss DC Newcomer. This student scored proficient in reading and social studies and distinguished math and writing and will earn a $5 bill for distinguished writing, Mr. Blake Curry. Earning a distinguished score in reading, math, and social studies areas, Mr. Isaiah Nagel. And Mr. Braden Roberts. This student was our top scorer for last year's fifth graders, scoring a proficient in math, distinguished reading, social studies, and writing. She will receive a gift card to McDonald's and a $5 bill for her writing score. Miss Anna Harrison.
Let's give all of our students a big round of applause. I would like to recognize some folks who work behind the scenes. Miss Pike, please come up here. Miss Pike does an excellent job, and what you may not realize is some of the students that are recognized tonight were not our students last year. She reaches out to the schools that they come from to check their scores, and we recognize them here, as well as continuing to send things to students that have moved out of Hardin County Schools. So she has done a lot of work behind the scenes to get tonight ready, and we want to give a big thank you to her. Also, Miss Courtney Howard, please come forward. Courtney does all of our award ceremonies and gets them organized, make sure that we have everything just so, names written correctly, certificates in order, everything just right, and we could not do it without her, so let's give her a big round of applause. There's also a lot of teachers that help decorate, that stayed after school today to decorate. A lot of people volunteer just to fall in and help in lots of different areas. We have an amazing staff, folks, and I cannot tell you how blessed we are with people who just give over and above the hours that regular teachers give. We're very, very blessed. Now, students, for our bike drawings, you had to be present to win, so especially 5th graders or 6th graders, you got some really good chances tonight, okay? We will give a girl and boy bike for every grade level, and if they got a proficient, their name was put in the hat one time. If they got a distinguished, their name was put in twice. So they've got double the chances if they got distinguished on their scores. So let's see who's going to get that tonight. 3rd grade girls. Michaela Howell. 3rd grade boys, Cabriot Overstreet. 4th grade girls, Caden Keith. 4th grade boys, Davin Chambers. 5th grade girls, Elena Strange. And 5th grade boys, Braden Roberts. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight.